Hey y'all, welcome to It's Not My Fault the OASG podcast isn't popular, episode 21. Our podcast can drink now.
Yes, finally.
My name is Helen.
My name is Justin. Yes, we can finally drink now. We're going to order some... Actually, should we even mention some beers? We got some younger listeners and stuff like that listening to this.
I mean, I don't even like beer, so...
Okay, never mind. But yeah. Helen, how's it been for you in the past couple weeks?
Katsucon is coming, and I am not ready, and it is 1,001% my own fault.
Oh boy. You're going to have to explain yourself then.
Well, it's like I could either work on sewing, or I could go hang out with my friends and go ice skating, or go to tea shops, or go to these really cool exhibitions on the Quran, or I could do sewing. And I've been choosing hanging out with friends.
Is this a usual thing? You usually go ice skating, or did you're on ice like inspire you or something like this? Something like that.
It inspired me the first time, but then the second time a friend was like, I had so much fun, let's do this again. So we did it again. Okay. And then I ordered Katsucon, and everybody on Twitter liked that.
I think that's a good idea, I think.
I just posted a silly little thing on Twitter. I'm like, I went ice skating, so I had to get this. And now I've got like 20 people liking the tweet, and it's like, oh guys, you need to chill.
Well, at least you could say you're doing something productive and social and stuff like that. I've been playing more Fire Emblem. I didn't even think it was possible, but like, Fire Emblem Heroes basically got me to play my past Fire Emblem games, which is not to say that Fire Emblem Heroes is bad, but you can totally tell it's not like a complete, like it just feels like lacking in certain areas. That is the problem, which is why I would probably, like, I do play like most of the time. Like if I find some time during the day, I'll play it, but then probably for like a 30 minutes or 45 minutes, then I'm just gonna play like actual 3DS Fire Emblem. Like I just recently played Awakening, and I played Fates.
You have to admit, seeing all the screenshots of people playing it on Twitter hasn't looked really interesting to me. Although I have been playing the Kingdom Hearts Unchained X mobile game recently, which is pretty much just basic, you tap things and you slash at things, which is what I want right now.
Well, I can't say it's like great or anything like that, so it's up to you if you want to play it. I mean, it is free, so it is what it is. If you have time, you can check it out. But as somebody that's played pretty much all the Fire Emblem games that's coming to OS, this is obviously definitely lacking. That is for sure. But it's still fun. Like just getting like all the characters like from certain games. Like for example, we didn't like. There's a Fire Emblem that didn't come over here, but those characters are in this game, so that's pretty cool to me. And you get to like try to roll them, try to get them. Unfortunately, when you go by a gacha system, it's gonna take a while, if you'll get a certain character. But it's still solid. Nothing spectacular, but it's still okay.
Gotcha. You didn't get the one you wanted.
Yeah. Oh, right. I think there's been some crazy rolling stories. Like if you go like on YouTube, you'll probably find some crazy YouTubers just like saying how much they like spent just to like do some summonings. Then Kotaku posted a story. Somebody spent $1,000 to try and get one character. They still didn't get the character.
Sweet Jesus.
That is that is a lot of money. And all that spending and not to get the character. That's yeah. I heard some people just get really obsessive with these type of games where you just spend a lot of money and then you realize, wow, I spent way too much money for something like this. This is very bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wonder if that person's just gonna regret it. Maybe like a month from now. We'll have to find out.
But Justin, do you know what's really good?
No, I don't know what's really good anymore. The everything is bad. I have no hope anymore.
Okay, you should have some hope because Chihayafuru finally got licensed digitally.
Wait, what?
Justin, at the time we're recording, you've already done a write-up on the OASG. Don't pretend you haven't done this.
That is very true. Very, very true. But yes, it's taken what? It's been 6 years essentially since the anime of Chihayafuru came out, and then I think there have been clamors for the manga since then, and we have heard nothing. Now all of a sudden, hey, let's bring over the Chihayafuru manga. Yes, and I could not have been more stunned. Actually, I was pretty sure it was done. It was never going to come over here. Actually,
Yeah. Yeah, and Kodansha USA are the lucky folks who brought it over. Again, it's digital only at this point. Always a chance, I suppose, that if they get a lot of people reading it digitally, they'll bring it out in physical form as well. I'm planning to just get the digital books just in case. And there actually were a couple of bilingual editions of Chihayafuru a couple of years ago, but I've seen some people who've read both of these say this is definitely a different translation. And Kodansha USA also brought out 2 other digital-only titles right now. One of them is called Springtime with Ninjas, which I know nothing about.
same.
Except after someone on Twitter said, I keep reading this with the addendum, for Hitler and Germany. So now I keep thinking about that as well. So
What?
you know the producers, when they make that play, you know?
Oh boy, I don't even know what...
I remember there was a time in my high school where you could get extra credit if you could write the entire song on the back of your test. So I had a couple friends cramming for that. But anyway, so they brought out that, and they're also bringing out Tokyo Taribara Girls, which is from the same creator as Princess Jellyfish. I think that one might be currently ongoing, but I'm not sure. So that's at least 2 josei titles. So Kodansha is really bringing the josei, which is good.
They were serious. Like when they made those announcements at New York Comic Con, I pretty much declared that 2017 is going to be a year for like girls comics, and they're continuing
and it got even better.
They're continuing that trend this year, but in a bigger way. But that's to your point about Chihayafuru, because the other titles are great, and especially Akiko Higashimura's new title. But I'm more interested in Chihayafuru right now, and it'll be up by the time the podcast goes up. But I did talk to Alvin Liu, who is the general manager of Kodansha Advanced Media, and he basically said that if they want to bring out a print edition of the Chihayafuru series, the digital manga version has to be supported. So you're gonna have to actually buy that. The good news is they are actually gonna release all of it. They're currently scheduled to release all of it.
Holy cow, because that is a long
series.
That's going digital might be good for this series, because then you don't have to put like 20 volumes on your bookshelf, since my bookshelves are pretty darn full right now.
Yeah, and then it's tough, because I've seen some people say that it's great that we finally got Chihayafuru license, but it's not in print, so whatever. I'm not gonna buy it. And I'm just
you see people doing this no matter what it is. If it's print only, people go, oh, I only buy digital. And if it's digital only, people go, oh, I only buy print. And it's like, y'all, just make flippin' exceptions.
Yeah, and in this case, like, there's over 30 volumes of Chihayafuru at this point?
I don't think we're over 30, but we're definitely over 20.
Well, I know it's a lot of volumes, so I'm just like, you're gonna have to accept that some manga just can't come out in print just like that. You just gotta be patient and just get what you can. And in this case, we've been asking for Chihayafuru for a long time, and we're just finally getting it. This is a time to kind of be appreciative of it. So it's a little bit disappointing. Like, I understand if people, they really want a print version of this, but sometimes you gotta support what's there before you can support the future of the series, I guess, in this case.
And the more fans you have for things, the bigger things you can do. So
but I did read the first chapter. I was like, oh man, this art style is hard to get used to. I guess I
love how big the eyes are. They're so pretty.
I'm just like, I'm obviously in the anime mentality, and it's been a while since I've seen Chihayafuru, so it's just like being reacquainted with these characters, and then rediscovering that Taichi was an annoying little brat. That was very stunning. It was very stunning. But then once I got to the part where Taichi and Chihaya started facing in a Karuta match, where she took over Aruta's spot, that was like, yep, there we go. This is what I was craving for, and I missed it. And then the worst part is I wanted to go read the next chapter till I realized that the next chapter is coming out February 14th. So,
I'm considering this an early birthday present. Thank you, Kodansha. I'm very happy for this.
Oh, yeah, when is your birthday?
Valentine's Day.
Oh, it is Valentine's Day. Oh.
This is why you don't let my mother wish for things. They're like, oh, you might have your baby on Valentine's Day. Oh, I'd like that. And it happened.
Yeah, well, yeah, thank you, Kodansha. Let's hope it actually does pretty well.
Fingers crossed.
And then also let's hope the other titles do well too, especially Tokyo Tabura Girls, because I'm always interested in more creations from the author of Princess Jellyfish. I'm very interested in that.
Springtime for ninjas.
You're not gonna. I don't know why. I just want to I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know why. For some dumb reason, I thought of I think Yempress, either Yempress or Del Rey had. I don't know why I'm thinking Yempress, but maybe Del Rey. Onomori Himori. I don't know why I thought about that as soon as I heard this title. So weird. Just really random. But I'm gonna assume it's nothing like that. That's all I'm gonna say on that. While we had Chihayafuru, that's pretty much a big news. One thing that caught my attention is Crunchyroll is doing another convention.
And by that you mean Crunchyroll is doing a convention for themselves. Yes,
that might be more accurate to say. Well, we do know they have the convention come up in New York, Anime New York City. Anime New York City. And now they're doing...
Well, they're not running that. They're just participating in that. That's run by the people who do the Awesome Con near me, so remember?
I believe for Crunchyroll Con, or is it Crunchyroll Expo? It's
Crunchyroll Expo. Lauren in Space on Twitter said, don't search for CrunchyCon. This is something about conservatives who love granola or something like that.
Okay. Then Crunchyroll...
It was weird. Continue.
Okay, Crunchyroll Expo then. I believe they still are kind of left field media. I think it's left field media. They're also working on that on Anime New York City as well. So in addition to doing that, they're also helping with Crunchyroll Expo.
Dang, they should have called that other con New Anime City.
Who knows? Well, yeah, too late. But
sorry, off topic there, but yeah, it's kind of interesting that Crunchyroll is like, we have so much money from 1 million subscribers now that we're going to throw a convention. And I don't think they've said if this is going to be like a one-time only event or a yearly thing, but either way, I mean, that's pretty big, and they're going to do a full 3 days. They're going to have guests, it sounds like, so I'm not going to be able to go to it, though, since that's West Coast and I'm East Coast. Same for you, I guess?
I'm definitely going to go to Anime New York City, because it's in New York City. I should probably go to something that's in a convention, in my general area, if I can.
Even if it's in the Jarvis Center.
Even if it's Jarvis Center. Yeah, even if it's Jarvis Center. But honestly, when I heard about this, I was a little bit concerned, actually. Obviously, as a company, you have to continue to evolve. But, I don't know, it just feels like, yeah, I guess I could say they're growing too big, if that's even possible to say. Now...
Well, it's certainly weird that this is less than a month after they started laying off people because of their merger with Elation. I think that's how you say it.
Elation just decided to be cheaper, and they used their own staff, I believe.
The staff were not very elated for this, so...
Yeah. I don't know, just... I guess I get it. You have to obviously continue. We're a company. You're gonna grow. You can't just stay stagnant. It's great that you want to stream anime, and have manga and stream dramas and stuff like that. But then you also want to continue to evolve, just organically and stuff like that. And I guess doing their own convention was probably in the cards, maybe at some point. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I guess I could say I don't feel great about it. I don't know, just something about it just seems I guess I just don't like it. I don't know why.
And August is looking like it's going to be a busy month for conventions here in the US in general, since we've got the second weekend of August, which is Otakon, which is one of the bigger cons, which I'm going to. The weekend after that is Anime Dallas, which I want to go to, and that's where they're going to have the Very on Ice staff. And then the weekend after that is Crunchyroll Expo. So
Right, and I guess that's also, I guess there's a reason why, because I guess like Anime Expo, because that's in July.
Well, that's early July, so they're probably trying to schedule away from that.
Yeah, that's definitely scheduled away for that. But like just in general, like adding these, like it's probably a reason why they're doing this. Aside from, oh, we just want to, we're also celebrating. We have a million subscribers. Let's start our own convention. Like I'm gonna, yeah, that's my speculation, so I won't say that. But
I'm also gonna guess, if I'm remembering dates right, that's around when people start going back to high school and college. So
yeah.
Yeah, since late August, it's
Possibly,
usually
yeah.
like between August 22nd and 28th, school usually starts back up, and I think this is the weekend of the 25th-ish?
Yeah, 20.
Yeah, it'd be
Yep.
the 25th, since the 21st is the Great American Eclipse, and that's on Monday.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. This will probably do well for them. If like, I don't know how big the convention center is, honestly, but
It's only 100,000 square feet. Well, I say that because Otacon's is moving from a 1 million to a 2 million square foot facility.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And then I guess I obviously have to trust that Crunchyroll has more of a pulse. They know like their anime audience, obviously, so they really believe that this is going to be successful. Just something about it seems like either it's too fast or maybe just too soon. I don't know. That's just me.
It certainly seems like an odd move for diversification from them.
I mean, I guess at some point you just want to, like, you want to grow. Like this, I've said it, I said it enough, but like, you don't want to just continue to do essentially the same things. Although you can always say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Crunchyroll's big thing is streaming anime, and you can get it 1 hour after Japan gets it. So continue that service. And I guess this is their way of trying to award the people who supported them. So we can look at it in that respect. They obviously they've had like their start wasn't as great, like way back in 2006 or 2007, but then it grew out of that, and now look at them now. And then I guess this is their way to celebrate that, and that's good. That's good.
I will always remember Zach Birchie on ANN's interview of Crunchyroll after they went legit, because that is the most openly hostile interview I've read in my life.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
It was like so hostile. I remember I went to the forums to see if anyone else, and everyone else was like, "Holy cow, dude!"
Like, and then I guess
I will always remember this.
yeah, I'm still remembering that too. Yeah, that was pretty vicious. Yeah, that was pretty vicious.
Yeah, but switching tracks and switching coasts, Yen Press looks like it's looking for more light novel translators, which is interesting since I don't think they've announced any more light novel titles in a couple of months.
Well, it may not
like
just be necessarily that. Some might have dropped out. Light novel translating is kind of difficult. It's a lot of words.
Yeah, since they're short books, but they are a lot of words.
And then, in addition, they also have to work on the manga as well. Or they may have changed that policy, but as far as I know, if you're translating the light novel, you're also translating the manga as well, which makes sense, but it's a lot of work. And,
I didn't know about that. I've got a couple of series from them where I've got both the light novels and the manga. So I'm
I believe I was told.
This.
Paul Starr, like he used to be at Yen Press. Now he's at Kodansha Comics. If you were assigned the light novel version of Itoh, you're also gonna have to translate the manga, which makes sense because I guess continuity and stuff like that. But it's like I said, it's a lot of work. All I can say on this is that the industry could always use more translators. It feels like, I don't know, like it feels like they're always like in need of just like more people to translate, I guess.
Yeah, and I was remembering this since Seven Seas had a similar announcement within the past couple months at least. So it's interesting to see that there is room for more translators to come onto the market since it's still a relatively small pool. It sounds like since there just aren't that many companies, but this also feels like a sign that the manga industry is continuing to grow, which is good. Since I don't feel like we're in a manga bubble right now, unlike anime, so it's good to see continued growth here.
Yeah, for manga and light novels, it looks like it's definitely growing. as we probably talked about in the last podcast, we still don't know like if other elements can affect it. Like how big was the New York Times in selling these type of manga and stuff like that? We don't know yet, but all the signs point to that. Like it could still grow, and as you mentioned, like they could actually be bringing more light novels over here, but they just need more translators.
License all the things. Well, not all the things. You can leave that one thing out. That one. You can't
license all the things. I'm sorry. I will want all the things, but we're not going to have time to read all the things. In fact, I barely have no time to read all the manga that I still have right now. So
challenge accepted. I have no shame. I've started reading manga in the Metro.
Oh yeah. Well, that's cool. Yeah. It's a decent ride. You can actually read it well enough, right?
Well, Nozaki-Kun is pretty inoffensive if you're reading on the Metro, so...
Okay.
Don't have to worry about random fan service showing up.
Right. There was this title that Cross Infinite World released called, was Little Hero? A Little Hero? I think it's A Little Hero. Well, if you just go to Cross Infinite World's site, you'll check it out. You'll know the title. It stars a 5th grader who got summoned into another world, which you think would be very bad, but it's actually very good.
Oh, is this the one with the mom?
Recommended it. What's that?
Is this the one with the mom?
No. Kristalina had reviewed it recently, and then per her recommendation, I checked it out actually, and I was like, okay, let me see if this is actually any good. And I read that on the train to work, and like, I wish I could. I got to my stop. It was like 9 minutes. I wish I could have more time to read more. It was pretty solid, because it mostly like reflects on like her confusion and stuff like that, to being summoned into this fantasy world, and nothing like scandalous or anything like that. It's literally it's really well done. And I believe it's based off a web manga, if I'm not mistaken. That's pretty spectacular, actually.
Oh man, you're reading the good stuff. Since I read Death March to Parallel World Rhapsody, or it's a nonsense title thing, and man, I am having to come up with new allusions on the variations on the words Chekhov's gun to describe this book.
It is the lesser version that's a cross between Log Horizon and Real Life, like I told you.
Yeah, that sounds better than this. Like, I have come up with the phrase Chekhov's open carry to describe foreshadowing, which is that obvious. But yeah, my review of that will be up in a couple of weeks. Not by the time this podcast comes out, it's going to be in a little while.
Is this the light novel or the manga?
I'm doing the light novel first, and then I'm doing the manga to compare.
Okay. Because I read the manga. Yes, it is a lot of freaking words.
Yeah, I flipped through the manga and I was like, wow, this is like as much words as the light novel. They just squished them into word bubbles, and I don't feel like this was the best idea.
But yeah, well, I'm looking forward to that because I'm very curious I'm very curious to see your thoughts on that. That is for sure.
Foreshadowing so obvious. It is not Chekhov's gun. It is Chekhov's open carry.
Okay, let's get to a little bit some other news. The last time we did the podcast, I mentioned that Tubi TV had licensed or is now streaming Princess. No, was it Princess? No. Wow. I already forgot. I had it right in my mind too. Well, okay. For now, I'll just say they actually streamed Alien 9. There you go. They streamed Alien 9. Now they added Geneshaft. Have you ever heard of Geneshaft, Helen?
No, I'd heard of Alien 9, but not Geneshaft. It sounds like a very mediocre cyberpunk anime.
Yeah, I can't attest to that because I literally watched that when I was probably like in high school.
We all watched mediocre cyberpunk in high school.
Geneshaft aired on Tech TV. Tech TV had their block called Anime Unleashed, which is a great block. Had it literally like exposed me to like mature type of manga, type of anime, because I'm growing up with like just Pokemon, Dragon Ball, and they were obviously dumbed down because we were kids. but Yeah, it started around 2002, at the end of 2002, into like and ran for a couple years, and they showed a lot of interesting stuff. Like they had Crest of the Stars, they had Boogie Pop Phantom. They showed Serial Experiments Lane, which is where I'm officially scarred from that for some reason. I don't know why, but I am. I guess I was too young to watch it. I don't get it either. But whatever case, they showed a lot of interesting stuff, and Geneshaft was one of them. And I know I watched it. I mean, that's the same channel at the same block where I watched Better Man. Better Man is super confusing. Like even if I'm not watching it, even now, I'm pretty sure it's super confusing. So like 14 or 13-year-old me was probably just like, his mind probably exploded into like little pieces. And just seeing Geneshaft just brought back is just more nostalgia for me, honestly, because I'm like, wow, that's like one of the least likely things you'll ever hear being picked up again. But yeah, somebody decided to bring it back.
Yeah, I wasn't watching that much anime in high school. I started with a manga phase first, then anime, and occasionally I'll remember the things I read in high school and I'll just be like, wow, that was weird. I totally forgot about that for years. And invariably, all of them are Tokyo Pop titles, so...
Yeah! Yeah, Tokyo Pop, yes. Yeah, I didn't get into manga till like way later. I was way into anime back then. Like, I didn't get into manga till like 2009, really.
I feel like it's almost a stereotype that the girls get into manga first and guys get into anime first. I have no idea how true it is, but I just feel like that's what... I feel like that's what I see more in my own life. Especially since when I was... I mean, we're like basically the same age, but when I was getting into high school, that's when Fruits Basket was really big, so that was the way I think probably a good chunk of girls got into manga.
That's probably why, because Fruits Basket's really good. I feel like there was another title that was... I don't know if Vampire Knight was released around that time, but I know that came out, and that was pretty popular. What are Tokyo Pop titles they? I know that Tokyo Pop has some other shoujo titles.
Tokyo Mew Mew?
Well,
not that was any good.
I guess they had that.
Fight me, internet, fight me.
I know they had the clamps. They had clamp stuff, right? Or
yeah, they had Chobits, Angelic Layer, Cardcaptor Sakura, X.
Yeah, that's probably, yeah. So yeah, they had like a lot of
tweeted
stuff.
This morning, when I first watched X, I was like, wow, I didn't know you could kill off your entire cast.
Yeah, what? Talking about what?
X kills off most of its characters by the end of the anime.
Geez, so it's like, but it's better. It's a better version of a Kami ga Kill, though, right?
I've never seen a Kami ga Kill.
Well, no, like it's just like that same mold where all the main characters are starting to die off.
I mean, I don't know, especially since the X manga is unfinished. They like left a cliffhanger and like, we're about to begin the final climactic battle, and then it's been a cliffhanger for over 10 years now.
That was the final... No, that was it though. They set it up. You had to imagine the final climactic battle.
Well, it said like to be continued, so...
Oh, that reminds me of, oh man, there's this manga that just ended. Unfortunately, it got the Action Shonen Jump Red Sprite. It literally ends with nothing that's resolved at all. It just has the main character just saying, yes, look to the future to eventually solve this problem. Obviously, we'll never have that problem solved. So it's like, well, that was 20 or 22 chapters of nothing.
Yeah, I remember I read the couple of like preview chapters that Viz put out for free, and I was like, this is not a good series. I don't care about it. So I guess more people felt like me than you. Sorry.
No, I didn't care for it that much. I'm just like, I feel like, wow, they just, boom, just ended it like that.
Yeah, I'm glad, since I know Jump does a lot of new stuff, and Viz is putting out some of it experimentally, I'm glad that Astra, Lost in Space, and The Promised Neverland seem to have survived, since I did like both of those, so... Except then I signed up for the Shonen Jump subscription. I'm like, oh good, I've only read 3 chapters of The Promised Neverland. And the first issue I got was like, chapter 22. And I'm like, crud, how am I supposed to read all these chapters in between?
Yeah, good luck with that one. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think they've solved that back issue question. But then again, I guess you can't really...
You can buy back issues for 99 cents each. So that is an option?
I guess the question is, do you want to do that?
It add up kind of fast, but let's not admit pirating on on the podcast.
Yeah, okay.
Or at least not admit to pirating things which are legally licensed, since everybody here knows I like Precure, and Precure is not licensed, and... Oh, and speaking of some weird news, so, let's see. Not last year, but the year before, so 2015-ish, Noitamina did some weird stuff with their time block, where they were going to have, like, only one show instead of two shows, and somehow instead of doing those other shows, they were going to help fund a series of movies called Project Itoh, and it got even more noticeable because one of them, Genocidal Organ, was done by Manglobe, who went into bankruptcy and collapsed right before the movie came out. Manglobe's also done The World God Only Knows, which we all know Justin really, really likes. And
probably
the last thing they did was Gangsta, which they just finished before the company collapsed. Anyway, so that'll lead up is the whole fact that some staff have now said, yeah, the movie was about 20% done before bankruptcy, and that bankruptcy was like a month before this movie was supposed to come out, so...
Just to let the podcast listeners know, Manglobe also did some really great stuff like Samurai Champloo and Ergo Proxy. Anyways,
so basically the stuff which did not sell commercially, which was a problem for them.
Yeah.
Actually, come to think of it, Funimation licensed Gangsta, but they haven't announced a disc for that yet, have they?
I think they had to wait for that, because obviously Manglobe
yeah, because I remember people were worried about what would happen to licensing deals since sets would be sold off and stuff like that. So come to think of it, I don't think Gangsta's gotten a release yet. But anyway, so it sounds like things were really going wrong in the studio if that movie was only 20% done and it was supposed to go out in like a month.
Yeah, well, you know what happens when you get, like, when you have a lot of things stacked up on top of each other, because I'm pretty sure they're working on some stuff during that time, like TV series-wise, so...
I think Gangsta was the only thing they had currently airing at that point, so...
If it was, you said 2005, right?
No, 2015, Justin, 2015.
Sorry, 2015. Okay, yeah, I guess you're right. They might have had something else too, but yeah, that does sound concerning. Very, very concerning. If I'm not mistaken,
this is also the studio that did Samurai Flamenco, guys. That wonderful show, Samurai Flamenco.
Look, one samurai is enough. Samurai Champloo is enough, Helen.
But Samurai Flamenco is astounding in some ways.
Oh my god. I can't find that middle ground. I can't find anybody that finds a middle ground. It's either you adore it to bits, or you absolutely despise it.
I
can't find a middle ground.
I didn't like it that much, but I'm still in awe of the series. I almost convinced some friends to watch the show but just skip like the middle 13 episodes because I really wanted to know if the show would hold together or not, but then they just never got back to me, so...
It's probably like, Helen, why did you recommend this awful show?
No, I posted on Facebook, I was like, is anyone willing to do this? And I had two friends being like, yeah, I'm willing, you've told us what's kind of going on, so I'm willing, so... But yeah, so signs that even more things were probably going wrong at Manglobe than any of us had guessed, since people had been wondering for a couple seasons before that, how are they still around when they aren't making commercial disc sales? And it's like, well, they weren't still around. Then it's like, wow, sounds like some stuff was probably going wrong internally too at that point.
Yeah, everything was so internally wrong they decided to give a season 3 to The World God Only Knows. It's like, wait, why would you give a season 3 to a show that was that even selling that well?
I thought The World God Only Knows actually sold well, but I never paid attention to the numbers.
I don't think the first 2 seasons sold great in Japan. So yeah, that's why I think most people were surprised it was getting a season 3.
And then they're like, okay, we're just going to skip a whole bunch of arcs to get to what we think is the best arc.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, basically. And I still kind of want to finish, but that's never going to happen, obviously.
Aw. So yeah, man, I haven't even been watching much anime since the last time we did the podcast. Like, I've still got only 3 episodes of Ushio and Tora left, but I keep going, but those are going to be really intense episodes, and I don't really want anything intense to watch right now. Let's go watch more Precure, so...
You're gonna have to let it end sometime, Helen.
I
Has to
am.
end sometime.
Oh, it's funny. I had a friend actually who was saying that she didn't really want to watch anything stressful right now because the world is stressful. So I actually got her watching Precure for that.
It's the power of anime.
I
And the
know,
power of magical
and she's like,
girls.
okay, this is pink and probably the girliest thing I've watched since the first grade, but it's perfect right now.
See, you can't deny the power of magical girls.
I always wanted friends to watch Precure, but I never thought it would happen like this. Although I am enjoying
Well,
Akka, even though Akka is starting to feel more and more like real world corruption and everything, but I'm enjoying it more and more despite that. So, although I swear, Justin, are you caught up with Akka?
no.
Okay, this isn't gonna be spoilery, but I swear someone is planning a coup in the bakeries because this show just has like so many scenes set in bakeries. I swear to God, we're gonna have like a coup from the bakeries or something.
Just letting you all know, Helen called it first.
I'm
She called
considering
it first
writing
in
an
the podcast.
essay. I'm considering writing an essay about Akka coups and bakeries. Like, I've got some ideas.
Well, I'm not really behind her anime. Like I'm called by Blue Exorcist. I'm a little behind the Rakugo Shinju.
Yeah, I haven't seen this week's episode
I'm
yet because
still-
I know it's going to wreck me and I need time for that.
You need time for everything.
Well, it's more like I need time to emotionally process it afterwards.
I've been watching Dragon Ball Super, finally getting into the good stuff. Although I need to watch this recent episode just came out. But at least finally, like, oh yeah, they're finally gonna start that big tournament arc with all the freaking universes. Wait, what? Exactly. And I've been watching Detective Conan, and I actually was a little bit behind for a good couple weeks. Then I caught up, and like the first episode that I watched, it was a New Year's episode, and they reminded me that it's been running for 22 years. 22 freaking years.
Justin, this series is almost as old as we are.
That is, yeah. Conan is still a kid.
This is like the world's worst case of puberty. You're a kid, it's going to last you for 2 decades.
Like, kid, aren't you supposed to be like growing up at some point? Aren't you supposed to get out of like the same? You're still in the same school, same grade.
You're supposed to have kids your age by now.
Like, what is happening here? And then like all the brutal deaths that's happened in those 22 years, like Jesus. I'm still reminded that was supposed to actually be a kids show on Fox. I think it was either Foxbox or Fox Kids.
Kids are more hardcore in Japan, clearly.
Like it was actually supposed to be on there, but then like the network execs for that were like, "Wait a minute, it's just too freaking violent for kids. What the hell? How can they show this in Japan?" Well, I don't know if they said that, but
wait, someone got decapitated on a roller coaster in the first episode? Nope.
Yeah. We'll just move it over to Adult Swim, and they only lasted 50. I think it was either 50 or 55 episodes, somewhere around that range.
Oh, someone gets decapitated on a roller coaster in the first episode?
Yeah. And I think something even worse happens than that in the show.
Oh, definitely. I remember I read like 200 chapters of the manga, and how bizarre of a death can we come up with?
like, geez. Although it does make me wonder, recently Gintama got announced to get a dub. Well, it's already, the last season, if I'm not mistaken, got dubbed. And I'm just like, wait, what? Mm-hmm. How is this possible?
Yeah, don't you remember Crunchyroll announced at, I think, Anime Expo last year that they were going to start dubbing titles, and Gintama was one of them?
Right, and I'm thinking, like, I don't know, it just feels like it's like, I know they announced it, but I feel like it's been a while since they, like, mentioned anything, and they just throw it out of nowhere. Like, whoa. But it makes me wonder, like, could they potentially just, like, dub some episodes of Detective Conan? You know, bring back Jimmy. Bring back Jimmy Kudo.
Don't get your hopes up, Justin. Don't get your hopes up.
Let me relive my childhood.
I feel like you're already reliving your childhood with Detective Conan and Dragon Ball Super.
More Dragon Ball Super than Detective Conan, honestly. Because, like, Dragon Ball was, like, a very big part of my my childhood. Like, granted, it was because also a friend. He was in, like, Taekwondo. but I actually got in I took karate classes
because of Dragon Ball.
Like I actually like I did. Not Dragon Ball. Ironically enough, not Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball.
I mean, I totally took some Tai Chi because of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and you know what? I like Tai Chi a lot still.
See, look at anime inspiring us to do like physical things.
I mean, it got me to go out ice skating a couple times recently, so
there you go. Well, so yeah, I'm probably gonna catch up to that. I know there came a recent episode where an alien is involved, and it's a two-parter, which means it can't be it probably isn't a filler.
Wait, are we talking about Dragon Ball or Detective Conan?
Sorry, Detective Conan.
Wait, there are aliens in Detective Conan?
Not really.
Okay,
but it's a two-parter. So like generally from Detective Conan logic, as far as I can tell, if there are two-parters, it's generally from the manga. If it's like a one-off, it's an if it's a one-off, or if it's like one of those like specials where it's like a holiday or something like that, then it's probably a filler. Mm-hmm. But yeah, apparently this probably has a major plot point that will eventually creep up later on in this series. So yeah, I gotta watch that. And then I definitely want to catch up to more Dragon Ball Super, Rakugo. I know I'm watching another show that I can't seem to remember. Doesn't matter anymore. Forget it. I'm going to catch up to that and play more Fire Emblem Heroes, which is a bad game. I'm kidding.
And Yamada-Kun is almost done, so pretty soon, maybe next podcast even, we'll be able to talk about just what the heck Yamada-Kun did after the anime ended.
You know, I still haven't actually read Yamada-Kun yet, right?
Dude, like, you need to, because it does some weird stuff. You need some time to process
like I'm supposed to read chapter 236, because I read 235, like the part where
Okay, you're not that far behind. I think it's going to end at like 2:45.
Yeah, not that far behind. Yeah, not that far behind. But I'm still like, I know like it's updating, and I'm like, I should probably know what the heck is going on right now.
Yeah, we had one more weird twist, one more really flippin' weird twist.
Does it even have enough time to have another twist?
Honestly, no, and this twist is even weirder than all the previous ones.
Oh boy. Maybe I should just like wait until it actually ends and then read it.
And all the speaking line messages from Justin. Wait, what?
Just be like, why? Why did it do this? Why does manga have to end so poorly?
What do you mean? You just kind of changed the premise. What?
Ugh.
So yeah, look forward to that, folks. Look forward to Justin and I just going why for 30 minutes.
Yes. Anyways, I think that's about it, right?
Yep. I still love you, Yamada-Kun, but why? If you guys want to hear me asking more anime why, you can follow me at Wandering Dreamer on Twitter, where I post 50% politics and 50% anime, and I've been doing that for years. That is my brand. Unlike all these posers who come in after the election.
Right. My name is Justin, and I'm on Twitter at Kami_Nomi, which, like I said, we talked about earlier. The world God only knows, kind of like that show, maybe. But you'll better figure out my username from that. I'm not on Twitter as often. There you go.
I'm on Twitter entirely too much, but
feel free to rate and review us on iTunes. Let us know how we're doing. Like recently, I just got a comment saying we should probably have show notes in the podcast, like notes, and that makes perfect sense.
Wait, you're not putting the show notes on iTunes?
I do, but I don't put the times in. So
fine,
just for you, I will make the effort to do it. I will do it.
I mean, don't you just have to copy and paste what you put on the website?
No,
come on, Justin.
Notify list. I have to list the times. It's difficult. I have to make sure I listen to it properly, and then make sure I get the correct times and everything. It's a lot of work, you know.
I am rolling my eyes at you right now.
I think we're gonna have to end the podcast just like that, then. Sadly.
Okay. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.